All right. Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. I have an exciting video today because if you notice, this is a pretty darn big saw next to my smallest saw. And I want to thank Matt at Boys in the Woods. He had mentioned he had one of these, and he had also mentioned that he wasn't a real big fan. And I said, will you sell that to me? And he said, sure, buddy, send me a message. He didn't express anything other than it's a whole saw. No guaranteed to run, no guaranteed of condition. It was a logger's saw, so I expect logger usage out of it. It's a little dirty right now, a couple little cosmetic flaws, and it's a little bit bleached. I would love to hear some opinions from you about what I should do. I really kind of just want to make it work. I wouldn't mind it being a little prettier. I don't know how many hours are on it. I think this is kind of typical Husky fashion. I do have a missing bolt right here for the recoil start. I think a lot of guys that are steel fans like to talk about how Huskies rattle themselves apart. Let me know your thoughts on that. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dump some fuel in it and just see if it'll start up. Let's see what we got. If you're not familiar with Boys in the Woods, well, let me tell you what he's not. He's not a West Coast logger. He logs veneer logs here in my region of the country. And if you read through the comment section on his Facebook, he's huge on there. He's got like 250,000 followers on Facebook. And he's growing his YouTube channel. People are just adamant about the way he does things. The man's earning a living. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna go jump out there and try to do it the way he does it, but I'm also not cutting the value in timber that he's cutting either. He's cutting for veneer logs. He's cutting right there at ground level, oftentimes with no hinges, a lot like Timber Cutter Patriot and Goodfellas as well. If you haven't seen those guys, I would recommend watching them with an open mind if you're only familiar with falling timber out in the West. Cutting trees like they do is a different beast, and after watching them, I see what they're doing. Again, I'm not gonna just go out there and give it a shot on big timber because I'll probably get myself hurt. I have no clue how long this saw's been sitting. I'll show you some details on it here in a little bit. We're also gonna go ahead and clean it up a bit too. I'm not gonna put too much fuel in here because I don't know what the story is yet on this bad boy. All right, I have not tried to start this. It's a Husky 395, Swedish model, not a Brazilian one. Got choke. First time I've ever pulled on this sucker here. I do have the decomp pressed. All right, let's give her a pull now. Let's give her a little bit more of a choke. I'm not sure that my decomp popped out, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and try to pop it back out here. I'm gonna try not to press that decomp. I'm gonna take a detour here. I wanna clean this saw up. It was good that it kind of popped over. I wanna check some things out a little bit. I'm gonna pull the muffler. Let's check the condition of the saw. What do you guys think is a fair value for this saw shipped to me here in Oklahoma in the condition that it is, assuming that there's major mechanical issues? Or, I mean, it seems like it has compression. It seems like it pulls over nicely. But again, a saw that's been sitting for quite some time that the owner didn't like. What do you think its value is as is, without knowing what condition it is, without pulling the muffler? By the end of this video, I want to go ahead and pull the muffler. I'm going to clean this thing up a little bit, make it look good so we can inspect it. I am going to go ahead and use water and super clean to clean this up. I'm going to do something a little different. After washing all those other saws I did all at once, like 6 saws at once, I did run into a little bit of trouble, and I'll kind of describe that as I go. Brand new bottle here. It takes quite a bit to clean one of these bad boys up. I will take off the side cover here in a minute. So the trouble I had was that I left the saw to dry, and the needle bearing on the clutch could actually develop some rust, right? So if you're cleaning out the grease and then you let it dry, the needle bearing can kind of take a little bit of a beating. That's not what you want. It's so funny, after working on some of these steel saws, these bar nuts feel tiny. I'm gonna take this stuff, I'm gonna make sure I re-lube everything, everybody. Just getting it a little bit more clean here. I do have a brush on a drill that I'm gonna use as well. Kind of speed things up here. I have in the past just sprayed and rinsed, and it does a good job, but of course, a bit of power isn't gonna hurt a thing. There's some like sort of glue or something in there. I don't know. Maybe it had a tank leak or something. I have the choke on too, everybody. So much better. Look at that. A little bit of super clean, a little bit of, not perfect of course. Make it a lot easier to look at what I've got going on when I disassemble some stuff. Because this is not my child's teddy bear, I'm not going to spend much more time than this on it, because I do intend on using this saw. I've got some PB blaster for the exhaust bolts. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go ahead and kind of tear into this and check on the completeness. I already see a little bit of a some issues with like the side cover, the magnesium's broken. I think there's a little bit of a crack on the front of the case. We'll inspect that a little bit too. I'm excited, super excited. We've got the initial light cleaning done. Basically, I wanted to see kind of what the whole saw looks like overall. It's definitely a complete saw. So you have some wear in here, guys. You that have more experience than me, let me know. Either I think the tank may have developed a small crack, or it's possible that maybe they were just trying to protect it here from chips coming into this corner and deteriorating this. I don't know. Overall, you know, this top cover here is a little bit chewed up, faded. Side cover, we got a cracked magnesium here. This bit, I don't think that's normal. I think that probably broke off, I'm guessing. Anyway, this side cover I think is needing to be replaced. Missing a little bit of hardware here. But in reality, I bet you that's been missing for a while, because when you put the bar nut on it, this and this would hold it. But I would like to have that be whole. This cleaned up pretty nicely in here. A little bit of degreaser and a little bit of agitation. I do have a broken wire right here. I don't know if this just happened with me cleaning. It's possible, but there is a broken wire right here. Don't know. I'll have to trace that down. It might have to do with the kill switch. I don't know. But I would think that would make it hard to turn off, not not starting. But we'll take a look at that. Looks overall whole. Front of the case right here, I have noticed it's kind of chewed up a little bit. I think this is just a skirt to kind of protect this part here. Let me know on that. So we've got the serial number 395XP. I think it's a 2016 model year. Guys, if you could, tell me about this saw. Is this pre-EPA one, after EPA? I haven't even looked on, see if there's limiters in there. It is Swedish. Now my understanding is the more recent ones are made in Brazil. Tell me what your thoughts are on this. This is what I was talking about. Husqvarna's, I think you can lube without, yeah, that's awesome. It's pushing some water out of there. That's awesome, dude. So really cool if you have these external clutches on these Huskies. Yeah, that's pushing water out of that bearing because I just degreased it, which is awesome. There we go. I can tell that's not dry anymore. That's perfect. This is where I had trouble before when I've cleaned the saws with water. Definitely needs a new sprocket in there. I can tell that. We pushed the water out of that bearing in there. I think we've got that nice and lubricated now. I'll go ahead and pull the muffler cover and let's see if we can see what the exhaust side looks like. Is this a good idea, everybody? It doesn't look too bad, but pretty risky doing this over the gravel here, I know. It's hot to be in the shop today or the shed. Shorter ones in the muffler itself, makes sense. I really don't know how much time he has on this. If you're familiar with Matt, he is a steel man through and through. I think he runs primarily like a 661. He thought that this saw was a little bit low on power, down on power. I've heard the opposite of this saw. I've heard these saws are absolutely incredible. So either there's something wrong with this one or I don't know. We'll find out, or maybe we'll find out. All right, let's go ahead and pull this muffler can off of here. This came from one of those 372 kits a long time ago. This just spun inside of here. Useless. Oh gosh dang. There we go. Oh, that's a big old muffler. I got a double ring piston. I'm not seeing anything like detrimental on there. Nice. I'm not seeing anything obviously wrong with it. I think the decomp needs to come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Boy, I don't know if this, I didn't think this was gonna be a teardown right here. Take the top cover off here. Take a gander. These little guys flop around too much. Some of them are smaller than the others. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. Here we are. I don't know what the heck that is. Oh, that's got way more compression now. Oh yeah. Way more compression now. Oh, okay. So, if that's the case, I think I'm overall very, very, very pleased with the condition of this. You guys think I did good on this? I think Matt was doing me a favor when he sold this to me. It's certainly a complete saw. It's a used saw, and I'm ecstatic to have it. I'm looking forward to being able to run this machine. Let me show you the top cover here. So right there, 395, 94 cc's. I'll go ahead and share with you. I picked this up for $100 plus shipping. I think I feel like I did really good. Would you have bought it for $100? Would you have bought it for 100 plus shipping? Check this out. I think this is a steel bar adapter here too. That's kind of a win. Excited about that. That'll be nice to have an additional one. Wes Mitchell sent me one of these when he sent me the steel light bar. And now I've got an additional one on here. That's cool. That'll probably just live on here. When I buy a larger bar, it will probably be a steel bar or a steel patterned bar. So anyway, guys, I really do appreciate you being here. Let me know your thoughts on this. Might be a slightly boring video. I'm not going to go ahead and try to crank it over anymore on this particular video, but I want to clean it up since I have it to this point. Kind of inspect things. Oh yeah, let's see if we can tell. Do you all know what this wire is here that's broken? We got a wire that goes from, it's this black wire here. It is going, I think that's for the kill switch. I think that's how it might ground to the case maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's going right to the kill switch. So basically that should be a pretty easy repair. It's not the one that's buried deep into here at all. So that shouldn't be an issue either. I don't know if I may have broke that when I went in there with the wire, when I went in there with the brush. I think it might have been damaged possibly already. I'm looking forward to running this. Hopefully this sucker, when I do get it to fire, hopefully it's not funky. That'd be nice. This is kind of hurting a little bit right here. This, yeah, that's kind of rubbed raw right here. I don't know if there was maybe a critter that was getting into here or if that's just rub. That might be just rub. Boy, that's a really small spark plug wire there, everybody. What do you think? Does that look small to you? It's tiny. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. I couldn't resist. Now that I can get to this decomp here and pull it out, I'm gonna try it again. To kill it, I'll have to choke it, I think. Here we got decomp in. Oh, buddy. It popped. I think I like her. I think she's a runner. I'm happy with that. Thank you, Matt. Oh, the chain brake is gone. The whole bit is gone out of here.